SCP-120 Object Class Safe. Special Containment Procedures. Due to its importance to the Foundation, SCP-120 is to be kept under video surveillance and armed guard at all times. Any personnel attempting to utilize the item without authorization are to be terminated immediately. All personnel wishing to use the item are required to submit a filed copy of the application form, document number 12023, to facility operators. Due to the precise timing and coordination required for efficient use of this object in an emergency, all personnel entering SCP-120's buildings are placed under temporary command of the facility's head, Captain, Security Detachment L4, and Dr. Research Team L4. All destinations, locations are to be kept under surveillance and armed guard. They are valued to the Foundation but are non-critical. But any compromised destination must be immediately reported to the SCP-120 personnel. Distributed Task Force Sigma-6 Puddle Jumpers was created with the objective of protecting and maintaining SCP-120's facility and location outposts. It consists of one command unit and one defense and maintenance unit based at the SCP-120 facility at Command, 5 units based at the destination locations, plus 5 reserve units for these, and 5 units assigned to other SCP-120 related projects. Description: SCP-120 appears to be a small children's paddling pool, pastel pink in coloration, with an inner diameter of approximately 2.5 meters and an inner height of 0.3 meters. The pool appears to have been fabricated from common earth plastics, but has shown itself to be indestructible by any attempted means. See Research Report 12032 for a full summary. The pool's structure and response to pressure are typical for such a pool. It will flex when pressure is applied and is soft to the touch, but has amazing tensile strength and cannot be permanently stretched or ripped. What is contained within the pool seems to be a brightly glowing, colored, liquid-like substance which seems to exist only partially in our dimension. It is unresponsive to manipulation by organic or inorganic means, but the substance ripples and shimmers systematically and regularly, suggesting it exists physically on another dimension. SCP-120's most interesting and useful property is used regularly by the Foundation's personnel. Human beings, when alive and carrying loads, including clothing, under 37.8 kilograms, are observed to fall through the pool and are deposited at one of the 11 destinations. These will be detailed in the addendum. The item will only function in this way if certain conditions are met. The subject must be genetically human. The subject must be conscious. The subject must be carrying weights of under the specific amount, and only one subject must be present on the surface. Test subjects attempting to use SCP-120 while these conditions were not met reported their feet making contact with the smooth surface underneath the liquid, but no significant effects were observed. SCP-120's main use is as a potential means of evacuation for Command during a major emergency. It is currently stored and maintained in a fortified outbuilding of this facility. To inspect evacuation procedures, refer to document 12022. SCP-120 was first brought to the attention of the Foundation authorities on August 31st, 1992. Local police authorities in California were investigating reports of missing children in their jurisdiction, and discovered and reported the item on the 31st of August. Overwatch Command was automatically informed through the usual channels, and a small team of Foundation agents was dispatched to claim and transport the item to Site 19. There it remained for testing for over the next 2 years. It was transferred to its present location at Command in 1994. Document 120-10. Detailed explanation of SCP-120's capabilities and destinations. Date: December 2nd, 1994. SCP-120 possesses the capability of instant translocation of human beings, possibly through one or more alternative dimensions. Subjects using the item are inevitably deposited at one of the 11 locations. These locations cycle in a specific and unchanging pattern. The 11 destinations and their locations were determined through testing with Class D personnel carrying radio beacons. They are detailed here. Location 1, Pacific Ocean. SCP-120's liquid displays a blue glow while connected to this destination. Subjects attempting to travel to this destination are deposited an average of 2 meters above the surface of the Pacific at latitude, south, longitude, west. A Foundation ship is currently stationed in this location, and personnel arriving through the use of SCP-120 materialize inside the ship's cargo hold. Sensitive Foundation material or personnel can be sent here in an emergency, and the ship has provisions for storage of low-threat SCP objects, should the need arise. Class D personnel used to dial SCP-120 can be confined and extracted by helicopter or reused, or simply terminated and their bodies retained in storage. The original Class D and radio transmitter used to determine this location were lost at sea, and might have to be recovered in the interest of secrecy if they were to wash up on a populated shore. This configuration of SCP-120 was arbitrarily designated as Number 1 and has no observable significance above other configuration. Destination 2 through 11 follow in sequential order after this configuration, and return to it after a full cycle. Travel by SCP-120 to this location is not advisable during storms due to the risk of injury. Location 2, Greenland. SCP-120 displays a bright white glow while dialed to this destination. Subjects traveling to this destination materialize 1.5 meters above the surface of Greenland at latitude, north, and longitude, west. A small facility was established here under the public pretenses of an oil industry expansion. This facility has similar capabilities and use to the ship, and is additionally equipped with an airstrip and a refueling facility. Location 3, L3, located at the Earth-Moon Lagranal Point 3. The SCP displays a deep black color. Objects and personnel sent through the SCP at any Lagranal point, locations 3, 5, 8, 10, and 11, are effectively lost as retrieval is impossible at our current level of technology. They may prove a possible way to remove small but threatening SCP objects, but for now are merely an inconvenience, as sacrifice of D personnel is required to move the SCP to its next configuration. Location 4, Himalayas. SCP-120 displays a white glow similar to when it is dialed to Location 2. Materialization occurs at latitude, north, longitude, east, on a mountain range in the Himalayan mountain range. Only minor changes have been made to the destination. The digging of an 8-meter hole for disposal of D-class bodies, an overhead canopy for concealment, and supplies and tenting for evacuation to this location, which should only take place in extreme circumstances. D-class personnel used for dialing are to be injected with a mixture of sedatives and neurotoxins before sending, to ensure a humane death and a decreased risk of damage to the structure at Location 4. Location 5, L5, identical to Location 3. Location 6, Sahara. SCP-120 will glow yellow. Personnel materialize at latitude, north, longitude, east, in a small outpost. Need for secrecy renders this facility unable to house any significant SCP objects, but is ideal for evacuation of personnel and documents from command. Location 7, Gobi. SCP-120 displays a brown glow. This destination is located at a small outpost in the Gobi Desert, latitude, north, longitude, east, but is otherwise identical to the Location 6 outpost. Location 8, L2, identical to Location 3, although shows more potential for SCP disposal, being situated beyond the moon. Location 9, Mare Imbrium. The SCP displays a subtle gray glow when dialed to this destination. This destination is on a relatively flat section of the Sea of Rains on the lunar surface. Through vast expenditure of money and D-class personnel, a small outpost has been established there, and is considered one of the Foundation's safest locations. Location 10, L4, identical to Location 3. Location 11, L1, identical to Location 3.